Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. The Igbos have been reacting to a lot of things that have been happening, especially around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. And as at some hours ago, the federal government listed out some of the hard facts. Some persons call it propaganda, but they said these are some of the strong allegations that are leveling against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They accused him of hashtag NSAS protest of hijacking it. They accused him of the many prominent guys, many prominent Igbo elites that went down. A lot of some of them was actually in detention when this things happened. But what the likes of former governor of Anambra State is talking, a lot of prominent Igbos are talking, and in fact they are standing strong, and they're actually telling Igbos, giving a special warning, a special advice to Igbos, and also a special message to the government of the day. Before we go to the newspaper to find out exactly what they are saying concerning this whole matter, I would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let's start with what Ezefiel, Keke, and the rest are telling the federal government. The former governor of Anambra State, Chukwuemeka Ezefe, and Pan-Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization, Ohanaeze Ndigbo, yesterday carpeted the federal government over its allegations against the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, tasking it to provide hard evidence. Okay, not propaganda, they should provide hard evidence to what they have said. According to Ezefe, Kanu was in DSS custody when the going down took place, adding that Malami should produce evidence on point of law to prove his allegations. Who are they trying to fool? Someone was kidnapped and kept in the custody of the DSS, and a lot of chaos were going on and somebody woke up one morning to say that Nnamdi Kanu ordered the chaos on the police stations in the southeast. He queried the former governor. Ohanaeze Ndigbo National Vice President Chief Dennis Okeke said that the federal government has no case against Kanu, noting that it has become clear that they just want to give a dog a bad name in order to hang it. Whoa. Now that is quite standing in solidarity with their son is commendable. If you check the southwest, they seem also to stay strong with their very own. This is honestly the level of insecurity is what getting worried over. Well, the same according to former governor of Anambra State, Chukwuemeka Ezefe, has made it very clear that Igbos will not secede from the country because of President Muhammadu Buhari. Ezefe stated this while speaking with journalists he was chatting on the sidelines of a presentation of 3 books anchored by May Ikoku, founder of Save Our Heritage Initiative, a non-government organization. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has been agitating for the southeast to secede from Nigeria. The former governor said the Igbo should be careful, adding that if somebody is targeting to bring us down, should we also go and bring ourselves down? We must be careful with ourselves, we Igbo people, he said. If somebody is targeting to bring us down, should we also go ahead and bring ourselves down? Let us tell our people the truth. We are not leaving Nigeria tomorrow. We are not leaving Nigeria right now. And those who know don't even want to leave. This is strong. Are we leaving because of one man, Buhari? Before Buhari, were we being pushed out of Nigeria? I said Buhari has been pushing us out of Nigeria. Should we obey him? I guess it's acting more like a reverse psychology. Well, I don't think the president is pushing the Indians out of Nigeria. I guess the policies are not favorable, and the fact that there's some certain things that Indians should benefit or enjoy, just in the other regions did benefit from it, like one of the loans they collected from China, where project allegations were given region by region. The whole of Southeast were neglected, and well, I guess so when the time for repayment will come, the whole of the Southeast should also be rejected, should not participate in that particular funds that was released, exempting the Southeast. But Ezefe said something that caught my attention, and what is I'm sure it also caught your attention as well, which is that the Igbos are not seceding out of the country. That why would the federal government frustrate them out of the country? That he came like every other person. At some point, he will leave. But the question now is, I don't think IPB sees it in that light. They are, according to them, say they are tired. The system has always been like that. It's a case of to look as if nothing is happening. To look as if they care, justice is being done. But as soon as you remove your eyes, the thing goes back to status quo where it was, what it used to be. And the Indians are saying they're tired, they want to, they're feeling actually marginalized, and they want to have a country of their own. But as if they is of a different opinion. He's of the opinion that why would the whole tribe of Indibo leave the country and claim another country, as the case may be, all because of one man who probably have like between 18 to 19 months to spend on a corridor of power. But Ezife should have actually consulted some of those who are agitating. He will find out that they don't even need the motivation from the federal government for them to succeed. They're tired, the marginalization is very strong, and they want a better life, not just for themselves, but for their own children. Hence this. But well, if you ask me, Ezife, one leg is here, the next leg is neither here nor there. But this person is a one time in a sitting governor, so he understands the dynamics. It's always not too easy in controlling or ruling people of different belief system, different dates, and equally the men as one. Now the challenge now is, how do Ezife tell the people of the southeast that they should not secede, but rather they should fight to stay together as one and begin to work and consult and function as one big family. Now that is a tall order. I do not know how it's going to be achieved, but I feel that if he can, let him start with trying to see how they can release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. I guess that's where the dialogue may likely come from. But don't forget that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has severally said that it is either he gets Biafra or he goes down. So it's a very big one. Oh. But the challenge we're having also right now is the fact that the leaders of the South, is waited till this time when it has become something else for them to start stepping in. They should have stepped in a long time ago. Feel the pulse of the youth, find out why they're agitating, find out why they feel they should leave, and from there on make their informed decision. But they just let it be. It's one of those things. It's now almost consuming the whole of the southeast. Well, I guess that Ezife has said his mind, but I don't know if he has said the mind of the regular was on the street. That's where we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take on this? Do have a nice time. God bless you.